guys, welcome to I'll Be Drammed. As you can see, we've been a little busy. We have changed studios. We've done a little remodeling just so we can bring you better videos, more high content. So today, we're going to be bringing you the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection Sonoma Cask Finish. Robinson, you did a little research here. Tell us something about this bottle.
Well, this is a non-age stated, but a fully matured Woodford bottle that they are finishing in Sonoma County Pinot Noir and Brandy barrels. The proof on this is 90.4, which I believe is like a standard Woodford proof. And it's their standard mash bill, 72 corn, 18 rye, 10% malted barley. Now, MSRP on this is in line with the other Masters collection, about $150. A little pricey, but you get a nice looking bottle.
This just got released, though, right?
Right. Like this is the 2023 fall 2023. So yeah, this is the newest one, the latest one.
You can definitely tell it's a wine finish.
Yeah, it's definitely wine.
Yeah,
finish.
that is.
It's grapey.
Grapey.
Yeah.
Right. Very
I would
plums.
actually venture out to say it's definitely like it's red wine specifically. You're not. This is not a white.
They're talking about counties, like Sonoma County, where this come from. That's where Woodford got its name. Like, they just named it after the county that it was in. It's actually one of the smallest and oldest distilleries in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Pulling shit out.
Right.
Okay. So I got that on the nose on the finish, but I mean on the nose with the wine, but on the finish it's especially strong.
It's really juicy on the palate. Like
That face, though. Like,
it's surprised at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. This doesn't taste like bourbon coming in.
no, it doesn't.
It's almost like
It's
watered down cranberry juice.
It's very wine heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, though, can you call finished stuff bourbon?
It is still because this
It's
is
finished bourbon.
it is
It's
finished.
done.
There's no more. No more.
Yeah. So to be called bourbon, we've kind of been through this before, but it does. This is still going to be aged in American oak.
So we just
oak.
call it. We can't
this
call
is
it straight bourbon, though.
Charred number 4. I did learn that. A little heavier on the char.
That explains the color.
Well, yeah, and also explains some of the sweetness too, like the over vanilla notes and things like that.
I don't get that much vanilla.
I get a ton.
I get vanilla extract, like the alcohol version of vanilla.
Okay.
Not
see that.
Not like vanilla, like a smooth vanilla like you normally
Like a
pick
vanilla
up.
bean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you scraped out the bean and mixed it in this glass. It's aggressive.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think that comes with that higher level char, though.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
It reminds me of a lot of like I don't know. It's almost like a homemade wine, like a muscadine wine or something like that.
I think that could be coming from the brandy. I think that could be coming from the brandy.
Yeah, that's probably
though.
the brandy.
Maybe.
Because a lot of people make homemade brandy.
Yeah.
At least in the parts of the county we're from.
Oh, that'd be a good question.
I mean,
Wait, what?
that's where
Well, it
I'm
didn't.
going
It
with
didn't
the-
go in at 90. I can
It
tell you.
feels
that.
like it's cut.
Oh, it is.
Before,
cut.
yeah, that'd be interesting. I did not see that anywhere. I don't know the answer to
I'm
that.
sure it's cut.
Is it cut before they finish it, or is that
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely cut
Cut.
before they finish it.
cut out? Okay. Yeah.
I bet it is.
I bet you they proof it down after it's finished.
You think it all comes after the fact?
I
Somebody
don't know.
find out. Somebody
Let
tell
us know.
Yep, let us know in the comments.
know.
Even if you don't know,
Or-
just guess.
Or
Right, yeah.
maybe that's something that we could do as a FAQ video is did they cut it down before they finish it or after?
That may be part of their process that's not disclosed. You may not be
And-
able to actually
and-
find that answer.
Does
You get more
do all the
flavor if you
finished
cut it
stuff?
after,
Mhm.
right?
But does all the? Well, no. I think you'd impart more flavor if you cut it before, because then you're putting that product in, and you're getting all the flavor during the finishing.
I'm
I think
betting.
it's
I'm
What if it's
betting.
over flavor?
I think it would be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, though. You know,
Talking,
Like-
about, talking about eggs and China and stuff, right?
Yeah. because either you're
Cargo ships.
you're going in, you're either cutting the flavor of the bourbon and heavier finishing, or you're cutting the whole product back. Is really what you're talking about. Like you're cutting the flavor of the bourbon down before you finish it, so the finish shines, or you're finishing. I think what they're doing. I have no factual ground on this. But what makes sense to me is to finish like barrel to barrel, finish it, and then cut it down. Because that way you're not. Because my concern would be cutting it down first is you're washing away all the bourbon flavor, and then you're going to punch it in the face with wine and brandy.
I almost feel like that's what we're getting, though. Like, there's a lot of wine and brandy influence on this. I would be curious to know actually how long it was finished as well.
Sure.
We know that this is at least aged 4 years just off of how it's stated. I don't know exactly how long Woodford ages their product. Is probably depending on what barrels they're blending.
Is this
probably
just a Woodford Reserve, and then they do a finish on it to make it the Master's Collection?
That's
what I
my
understand. That's the way I understand.
So same mash bills like a normal.
Yep.
Yes.
The regular liter bottles.
And what do those come in proof-wise?
90.4.
Which I believe is actually the same
Which
for the
may
last
speak
Masters.
to proofing before.
Maybe. I've been wrong before.
It depends how long they
very
finish
often.
though.
You say not.
Not very
Because
often.
another thing too, if they proof it down to say 90.4, and then it depends how long it's finished. If they finish it for 2 years, they're going to lose proof while it finishes too. So we might both be right. They might proof it down to like 100
and then
to finish, and then
finish
proof
the
it
cut
down to
after the finish.
90.4.
Because
Right.
90.4 is kind of hard to go into a barrel and come
Right.
out of a
Well,
barrel.
Yeah, you're not going to get it unless
But
the
if they
finish
go,
is
okay,
3
well,
days.
100.
Well, so some of these places, when they do stuff like this, they'll dump all the stuff together after the finishing, and then they'll use because some will come out lower, right? Some will come out higher, and so they blend them together to get their proof.
Now that
the
could
bottle.
be
Well, I think they're cutting because
So they batch after they finish.
right.
their last Masters collection, it actually was the historic entry proof. So
Right.
they
The
actually,
historic barrel entry bottle.
they went down to 110. Then they actually put the bottle out at 90.4 as well. So we're still at the same proof. It makes me pretty confident this is just the very last step is they're adding the water to cut it.
They are adding some water.
Yeah.
I will say though, this is drastically better than the historic barrel entry.
Yes,
The
but
historic barrel entry
this
was
is-
disappointing to me.
I think the finish is overpowering though.
It's a lot
It's
of
a lot.
flavor.
It's a long finish.
Yeah.
So what else out there is...
Well, I'm glad you said that. So I read online that this was comparable or better than Midwinter's on the finish front.
I just had a pour of that last night, and I can confirm that is 100%.
I say we
news.
confirm it
That is fake
now.
news.
Yeah, I say so too.
Did they? I never read anything about
To the wall.
like which act they were speaking of though. I would assume it's Act 10, maybe 11.
11 would have been close to the release as this one. So
Should we do the 11?
I mean, we can. It's back there.
Let's get a little taste.
And at this moment, you'll hear a voiceover about how they actually cut it.
Excuse me, this has the plastic on it still.
Well, that's what happens when we decide to do stuff mid-video.
Yeah. So winging it a little bit.
Wing it, hey.
Yeah.
Probably bring that above bar level or we might get banned on YouTube.
We need a camera above it.
No, because
Really?
if we
Well,
have
there's that.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of
It's the saddest cork pop I've ever seen.
Well, there's no perf in this thing. Look at it.
You want a knife?
Go make your knife.
Do we not have some scissors, Andy? There's some scissors.
We do.
How does it? Can you show that on video?
Now it's perforated. Oh, but now Craig has to remember how to close it.
At least it's
He's
not
learning.
the one that was in our other studio that everybody had to get a lesson on how to open.
Well,
This is also a first for us. None of us have tried the Act 11.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what it's about.
I think this is going to be, just my initial guess, is this is going to be a wildly unfair comparison for Woodford.
Well,
But
Sorry,
is it though? Because
all right. So what's
price wise, we're talking about basically the same.
price?
I just mean that I don't think it's going to have a shot at...
You're losing a little bit on proof. Talking about the Woodford. What is this? 103, 106, something like that? What is the proof on this guy?
49.3,
Oh, so
Math.
sub 98.6.
98.6.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that like your ideal body temperature or something like that?
98 point.
Yeah. This medical man over here.
Medical man.
Medical man.
So this is
The
I do
world's
know
saddest
this
superhero.
about Midwinters though. For this release, this is the second release where they use their own distillate in conjunction with MGP distillate.
We don't know the percentage.
We don't know how much MGP distillate versus how much Midwinter or how much High West distillate.
Okay, Mister. I know a lot about High West. What distillate or what bourbon are they?
It's usually the Rendezvous Rye.
Yeah.
So
Jay's the
Thank you for
High
that,
West
though.
man.
right, he is the High West man.
Yeah, we should
But interestingly enough, though, I did look this up the other night, like on a
Go from Buc-ee's to High West.
and I can't remember the exact percentage of the High West distillate, but the MGP distillate was a 95 rye, 5 malted barley.
Okay.
So, like, I mean, it's a legit high rye.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, and that's actually something we should point out too. We're talking about a bourbon versus a rye here, and
Yeah, but I'm just going off the comparisons that were on the internet of these two bottles, and I mean,
and I think that probably the reason why is Midwinter's is finished as well.
right, it is. It's
what-
finished in.
Is it sherry? What's the? Or is it brandy?
I thought Midwinter's was wine finished.
It is wine finished. I don't remember. Look on the bottle. There's literally a bottle right there.
You're assuming he can read.
straight rye and yep.
Port wine.
Port.
Okay.
But wow, you can't compare these.
Although I will say,
It's 0 to 10.
the nose is not that far apart.
No, the
No.
nose isn't, but the palate.
Yeah, the palate
Palate and
totally
the finish.
different.
The finish was very overpowering on the Woodford. With
But I
that.
think we're comparing apples to apples here. I think this debunks the whole like internet crap that was putting these
That
two
they're
bottles
the same.
together. Right, they're not the same.
No, they're
They're not
not.
the same. Is one vastly better? Not necessarily. I think the only thing that comes in similar here is the price point and the fact that they're finished in wine barrels. But you're putting a high rye product up against a bourbon. I think you're going to get two different flavor profiles.
And,
Right,
and you do.
And
Right.
and specifically, this we learned earlier that this was not a very high rye on the mash bill.
Right. Right.
What was it, 18, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to taste different. It's going to be different.
Something else comparable to them is they're both rare. You're not going to find them sitting on a shelf.
That's true.
Limited
That's true,
releases.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you are actually getting a very nice. Both of these have nice presentation on the bottles. Probably not going to show up on camera, but High West does something with their bottles where you get these little air bubbles. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, you can find High West products.
Yeah, just in general,
just to
High
see
West has
the
that.
the bottles.
Yeah. And of course, the Masters collection here. Those are really nice bottles. That they really look nice.
Right. Yeah. No, I
just
agree.
wish both were their old pricing.
Right.
Yeah, well,
more around close to
Hashtag
100.
inflation.
Now,
Like,
I
mean,
understand that, but I would
Yeah.
still like it to not be $150.
I know, and that's if you find it
Sure.
at MSRP, which is not
Has
guaranteed on
Midwinter's
either
went
one.
up this year?
They're 150.
Yeah, because it
Yep.
was 128 last year, right?
128 last year, went up to 150 this
Yep.
year. Unless you buy them from the distillery, if
And
you
then
can
they're
get them, they're
still, 80 or 90?
no. I think last I saw they were like 112, 115.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, that's just kind of the nature of the beast.
Well,
Although I am
Right,
going to throw
yeah.
this out here. I
The
still
middle-
think I like Act 10 better than Act 11.
I do too.
I agree.
But Act 10
This was a little more fig forward,
Yes.
and I'm
And
not a huge fig
Act
fan.
10 was just
Big, yeah. I like that.
Werther's original caramel bomb.
It was
Yes.
It was like
That's what
it
I
was like
remember
going to
about
church
that.
with grandma.
Yep. It
You know,
was
the
Same.
nose was just really dense with that caramel. Just
Yep.
just
complete with Kleenex in the sleeve.
Yep,
Yeah.
the whole thing. You get the little candy dust in the bottom of the purse, the whole shebang.
Candy dust.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know what you're talking about. This whole's cough drops. But
So I mean, I don't think there's a comparable option here. I think we
There's not.
debunked the internet
Yeah.
myth here. So
and
y'all can get wrecked.
I do say buy
Like,
both. Though.
just say,
The-
yeah, buy both for sure. They're both great bottles.
well, I actually am going to disagree a little bit. I would say buy this one. Try at the bar. If
Well,
you
yeah,
can,
the-
if you can try that at the bar,
Okay.
I'd
also argue that both of them are not for everybody.
Yeah,
No.
I'm going to say entry into trying new things.
Oh.
And this is going to be more of your experienced.
So,
okay.
I mean, I think the Sonoma finish is gonna go more toward people who like sweeter stuff.
If you love finished bourbons, ryes, whatever, finished whiskey in general, this has got a strong presence on the finish.
I think for somebody who likes Jim Beam vanilla, they're gonna love the Sonoma finish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Personally,
I like that.
I hate
Or
all that
if
shit.
you have a wine guy who's trying
I
to
think they
try
call
to
those
get,
sommeliers.
yeah, no, I'm just saying there's someone who's like, okay, I enjoy, a nice glass of wine, but I want to try to get into bourbon. This could be maybe a little transition step. Like you're going to pick up some of those notes that you enjoy in your wine, but also you're going to pick up some bourbons.
Yeah, I do feel like that one was very like tannin heavy.
Or
like
that
red
would be
wine.
fun for the TikTok side of things for our channel. Is there's a TikTok creator called the Unemployed Wine Guy that I subscribe to that is hilarious. He did a long series on Malort and what you could make to make Malort not taste bad. Surprise, it was nothing.
Right, I was
But
about to say.
he made like Malort margaritas. It was an experience for him, I'm sure.
God.
But because he is a sommelier, it would be interesting for him to chime in on our channel and tell us the difference between the Pinot Noir and what would we expect from a finished perspective between a Pinot Noir and a port, and what are its strong qualities that it would impart into a finishing product.
Well, I say we cut this portion into a TikTok
Yeah.
and we send it to
Shoot
him
him a
and
message.
and see
Yeah.
if he doesn't stitch it for us.
Okay.
There you go. Good enough for me.
Maybe.
Bet.
Yeah. All right, so we buy them both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did buy them both.
Nah.
So,
So
well,
Robinson
go play in
says
traffic.
I'm going bar, buy it.
Same.
I could get behind either.
Yeah.
I mean, I did buy them both.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. All right.
Truth
so,
be
but
told, I
knowing what
would-
you know now, though.
I wish I would have tried them both at the bar first. I would have still bought them both,
Yeah.
but I was expecting something different out of the Midwinters. The
Yeah.
Sonoma finish, I didn't know what to expect going in. I had a buddy called us up and was like, "Hey, I found this bottle at MSRP. Do you want me to pick it up for you?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, though, what's the chances you find this at MSRP?
I've
these
still
bottles.
never seen it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that being said, I am actually basing that off of I've just tried them, and I'm trying to give someone a little perspective on what I think. Now, are you a little biased doing it that way? Yes, because I've not had the opportunity to buy this at retail. Maybe that's something you want to do.
I'll sell you an open bottle of it.
There's about
There's a
$10 missing out of it.
There's
That
a,
sounds right. So I'll sell it to you for $185.
Oof. Hashtag math.
That's tough.
But it was drank by Dram, so you have to go.
That's right.
That's
That's why it
true.
goes up.
That's true.
Mm.
I'll sign the bottle.
Appreciation.
Flat.
As will I. I'll sign the bottle as well.
All right, back to $185.
Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna go. All right. What else can we say? I think we pretty well.
What do you think of the studio?
Yeah, let us know what you
Let us
think.
know what you think about this. We've
It's
got
a labor
lot
of love.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of hard work into this, and actually we weren't completely expected to record today, but we said why not? We needed to make sure and get something out to you guys, so you guys know that we still love all of you, and we really do appreciate the all of the subscribers out there, all the guys that are following, all the guys that are commenting on the channels, all the guys that are following us on TikTok and all the social media stuff. We do appreciate all of you. So that's our bottle review for this today. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. I cannot believe y'all did that in his nose, man.
My favorite was Robin